Now, you know that Squirrely SEO is basically a tool that helps any non-SEO expert become a WordPress SEO superstar. Like, that's our aim. That's why we've built this tool. And the thing is, most people, when they think about search engine optimization, they think about stuff like, backlinks, they think about website structures, but actually, search engine optimization is about a lot more. And to really showcase that, we've created the concept of an SEO content tree. Yes, I know that we are squirrely like that and we use trees and stuff from nature, but it's actually kind of true once you start looking at it this way. So, there are multiple levels of search engine optimization where our software helps you. And we've realized that most plugins just focus on the WordPress site structure. Of course, WordPress is a really great CMS. It's definitely one of the best. It's my favorite, actually. That's why we built so many plugins for it, because we have Starbox, we have Content Look, we have a bunch of other plugins that we're going to roll out very soon. But the thing is, in WordPress, you need the site structure. Even though it's good, it's not made for SEO. And that's where plugins like Yoast, All-in-One SEO, Ultimate SEO, and even parts of Squirrely come into play. But that's not all of it. So if we're looking at this content tree right here, we're going to see that there are multiple other levels, like researching the best SEO keywords and also researching the best keywords that you can use in order to get engagement on social media, which I know it sounds kind of like not SEO, but if you look at it from another perspective, it might just be SEO, because SEO is not just for the Google search engine, it's also for the search engine that you find in Pinterest, the search engine that you find in Twitter, the search engine that you find in Facebook, and other search engines like that. So that's why sometimes it's really important to make sure that you find great keywords for social media as well. And our Squirrely SEO keyword research tool and our inspiration box helps you handle that. And basically today I'm going to go through each of these things, each of these layers of SEO, and I'm going to show you how you can achieve all of that by using Squirrely. Right, so after we've done the research part, we also have like scaling content with proper SEO and human-friendly optimization. Because in the end, even though you need search bots to crawl your site and tell Google that you have interesting content, you're trying to get human readers to your website. And that's where you're going to see that the Squirrely SEO Live Assistant does a great job in assisting you, because you need to do a lot more in order to make your content human friendly. So just stuffing in keywords will not help. You also need to make sure that you have a very strong introduction, you have a body, you actually have a conclusion where you mention your topic and other stuff like that I'm going to present to you today. All right, and then you also need to make sure that the content tree that you're building actually grows well. And if you're just looking at search engine optimization settings for WordPress, you will never achieve that. So you need to have a kind of like a tool or a clear way to always measure what you're doing right with your WordPress site in terms of search engine optimization. And that's where this content tree actually comes into play, and our SEO audit feature as well. So after you make sure that you have a great site structure, you've researched the right keywords, you've scaled content, you made sure that everything is working well, and you're improving the score that you get on the SEO audit, it's time to grab the rewards, because yes, we're doing this in order to grab the rewards from the search engines. And in order to see what rewards you have after doing all of the stuff from the previous layers, you can use the Squirrely SEO Google rank and also the Squirrely SEO stats that we've built. And I'm going to show them to you today. Also, one of our main concerns actually is that it's really hard sometimes to find the proper information on how to do search engine optimization. As I said, most people focus on just a few things when actually content marketing and SEO is very complex. So in order to help you with that, we said that your SEO content tree needs constant watering. Like just like any plant needs water to survive and grow, you also need more and more education about the ever-changing ways of the search engines to always have a clear grasp of what's going on. And that's why we've built the Squirrely Education Cloud, and I'm going to present it as well today. All right, so moving on. We have a test website that I have created right here. So it's basically on my test.florinmureșan.com/webinar website, and we also have the dashboard for it. One of the great things about Squirrely 2016 is that it works with multi-site installs, which has actually made my job a lot easier today, because in order to get Squirrely into this website, I just have to go to plugins and then activate the plugin from our multi-site platform. Right, now that I've activated Squirrely, now that I have it in my WordPress site, it says that I need to log in using my email address. And we do this because we communicate a lot of data from our servers to the plugin. Squirrely is actually a very complex software behind it, and you're going to get to see this today. And you also need the SEO audits delivered by email. So because this is just a test website, I'm using hello at florinmureșan.com, and I'm going to sign up. Congratulations, you are ready to use everything that Squirrely has to offer. That's always nice to hear and always nice to see. Right, so let's get started. You're going to see that we have a couple of things here in the interface after you've signed up. So we have an assistant. We call this the WordPress settings assistant, where you're going to be walked through everything that you need to do for your WordPress site in order to start having great SEO for it. And basically, it will walk you through all the stages that I've presented here in the content tree. So it's going to show you all of them. And once you complete more of it, it will start this SEO star that you have right here, this level will rise, and that spot right there will get colored, and you're going to see that you're becoming an SEO star. Now, what I want to do is to use the keyword research tool, which was actually my plan as well. So let's do this. And if you click let's do this, it's going to take you to the keyword research tool, where we have this panel right here. The great part about this panel is that you can choose to find keywords, and this is very special. Actually, very few tools in the world right now allow you to do this. Also, I have to mention that even though most people think that Keyword Planner tool helps with search engine optimization, it's actually built for Google AdWords and for advertising more than it's for search engine optimization. And that's why we've built a tool that's actually focused on search engine optimization and also search engine optimization for social media. But we're gonna get to that. So just know that this data is, very hard to get. We actually get it from the company called semrush.com and from a few other sources, because we get a lot of data and we mix it together in order to bring you the best results. And right now we've built this for the basic google.com and for a couple of other countries. And the thing here is that it's going to show you, if you're looking for local results or local things, it's going to show you details only about those places. So if I say that I'm looking for wine, I may be looking for wine on the general google.com and see what results come up. Or maybe I'm just looking for websites indexed for wine from Argentina, from Argentina. And that's a pretty big difference, because you're gonna find, if you're in Argentina and you want to rank there, you need to find out what people in Argentina are actually searching for on search engines. And this is powerful. All right, so we have the keyword, let's say social media tools, because social media tools are important. Social media is always super trendy. And let's do the research. And we hit the button right there, and it starts analyzing everything. And it says analyzing the online conversations, studying how many people search for this keyword, determining the demand that this keyword has right now. And I'm going to show you, once it's done, I'm going to show you some of the details and go through each and every one of them and explain what they do and what you see in this tool. I know that this keyword research tool is quite complex. Actually, when we first started out, it was pretty hard for us to explain it because the algorithm was way too powerful, and we still don't really have solid documentation for this. That's one of the reasons I wanted to show it in the webinar. This is the kind of tool that impressed already Neil Patel, some of the writers from Search Engine Watch, some of the writers from Search Engine Journal, and also we have Brian Dean of backlinkcode.com, who wanted to do a feature of the Squirrely SEO audit, but then he found the Squirrely Keyword Research tool and decided that yes, this is really helpful, and he's going to write about this one because, you know, it really brings some interesting details that you can't get from anywhere else. All right, so most probably we have a bug here. This is a bit embarrassing, but it's not supposed to load this slow. I've been playing around with this website for the whole day, and I think something just isn't right with it. I've just created it today. But anyway, so I get my results here, and I have a lot of options. I think that one of the reasons it stayed so long is that it searched for 14 completely different keywords based on just one single keyword that I've placed. So it doesn't just provide you with random related keywords like in a search. It actually finds you keywords that your website could rank for. Now, in the case of this test website that I'm on right now, it doesn't really make sense because this test website doesn't have enough data to provide to our keyword research tool. So that's why some of the things will be different if you look from your own website, especially if your website has some authority on some of these keywords. You're going to see some differences. Like, for example, one of the differences that you're going to see is like if I look at this website where I have no blog post, I have no pages in it, you're going to see that if I go to this arrow here, it says that the competition is high. Well, the competition is high for this keyword because this website actually has no it has no popularity, it has no authority for the keyword social media tools. So when saying competition, we look at the volume of pages, articles, and other stuff indexed for social media tools, but we also take into account your chances of actually beating other people who are competing for the same keyword. So we're looking at the page strength, and then we're reanalyzing it and determining if the competition is high. And it's not a high competition in general, it's high competition for you. So that's what we're showing here. It's kind of personalized. All right, and we have very few recent discussions about social media tools, which is interesting. But most probably, if we would do a Twitter search, we would find out that in the last couple of hours, not too many people have actually searched for the exact match called social media tools. Maybe they've said social tools for media and other stuff like that, but social media tools, there have been very few discussions. We also have access to some forums from where we also gather data about the keywords. So it's not just Twitter search that we're looking for, because we're trying to analyze on places where people discuss about keywords, how many of them actually discuss about this. This helps us analyze if you're going to write an article about this keyword, is this article going to be popular? And if nobody talks about this subject, well, I mean, you can write about it, but it won't be viral as how, you know, some social media posts can actually become viral. And that's why it's important to know this. Now, the exact search is marked in orange, which means it's not the best. And when I say exact search, we actually search for it in brackets to make sure that people actually search for social media tools, not for different variations like social media and Japan tools, or social media in Germany tools, or whatever, because it just looks for social media tools, and that's the exact search. Now we also have the trend here, which is kind of interesting because it shows you if this is a trendy subject. So if you're going to write about social media tools, is it like a trend that's going up? Is it steady, or is it going down? And always remember, if it's going up, usually you should write about it because it has a really big probability of getting indexed much faster, because people will start searching more and more for that, and if there aren't many providers yet for that subject or for those keywords, then you're going to be among the top and you're going to be among the first, which is always good. If the trend is steady, it's not that important. It won't help you, but it won't do you any harm either. If the trend is going down, however, you should definitely not use that keyword, because you're trying to build evergreen content. And this is like, for SEO, you need to have long-term success. You don't just need it to happen now at this present time and place. You need to go long-term. And if in the long run, people will not keep searching for that keyword, nobody's going to reach your page, even though it's number one on Google. So that's something to look out for. Now let's look at some of the other keywords that we have here. So we see that this social media tools free, even though it's not very popular, the trend is going up. So because it's going up, maybe it's not popular now, but it will be popular in a couple of months or a couple of weeks. Sometimes it happens like that. Tools for social media. There are some recent discussions. If it's green, it's okay. We've written the word some, but I don't think it's the perfect way to describe it. We simply were out of ideas after creating the algorithm. But recent discussions, some, so you can definitely use it. It's okay. And the trend is going up. So even though the competition is very high and there are few exact searches, you could actually try and do something for this keyword, for tools for social media. So we also have new social media tools. What are social media tools? These kinds of keywords are already long tail, because you actually have a key phrase that's formed out of 5 words. And since the trend is going up, you might actually get a solid chance to rank for this keyword, especially if your website already has authority in writing about social media or about online marketing tools. That's a really good thing. And basically, our algorithm considers that this that you see right here is a leaderboard. So the first keyword, it says that it's the best to use. In this case, it's actually not, because most probably your website will not have enough authority to compete directly on social media. So do not try to use this one. But the other ones are pretty much spot on. So what are social media tools? New social media tools, tools for social media tools for free. These are very good keywords, and they are better than the ones that I've inputted initially. These other ones have taken a lot of time to load because they aren't really good and we don't have enough data for them. As I said, in these days, because Google has made sure that SEO companies cannot get information about keywords, they've made it harder and harder. So you will not, if you see 15 keywords, for some of them you will not get to see details. And it's not that we don't have any details, we don't have enough details to have for them to have any kind of statistical significance. So even though we have some info about them, we can't really advise you on anything related to the data that we receive, because it's really inconclusive. All right, now let's say that we use the social media tools keyword, because it's going to be easier for me to do a live demo of how I can write an article about this. Even though if this were actually my blog, I would use what are social media tools, and I would also use new social media tools. And at new social media tools, I would also add stuff like 2016, or some that people want to see to realize that it's something that's really new. Or you could even do an article like new social media tools that are going to change the rest of 2016 for your company. And that would also work. So now we've chosen social media tools right here in this box. And let's say that I don't really know at the moment what I'm going to write about social media tools. I don't actually have an idea. So this is like, an article that I'm trying out, and I'm going to see if I can find any images. And these are images that come from different places, but I'm not very sure about the copyright, and if I want to make sure that everything is 100% alright, I will click this button right here that says show only copyright-free images. And we get images that have no copyright, related to them, and then we can just choose them, and we're gonna see it in this blog post. And then if you have to attribute this image to a certain author, on this link it will tell you exactly what you need to do, because you want to make sure that everyone's work is attributed properly. This is super important for us. Right, so let's say that this is not the image that we were looking for, and we don't really like it. We can say like, yeah, you know what, it's not really relevant for what I was looking for, because maybe I just want to find an image of LinkedIn. Maybe I want to do a blog post about social media tools for LinkedIn, especially now that LinkedIn got acquired by Microsoft. I think it's going to be pretty trendy and people are going to look for stuff related to LinkedIn. Alright, so I can click one of these images, and if I like one of them, I can write about LinkedIn, about professionals, about hiring people, and other stuff that you can see here in these banners. Or I could just go and search until I find the perfect image that's also copyright free. Now, if I'm looking to see what people have recently written about social media tools, I can use this Twitter button here and see what other people have recently said about this subject. So, if you had to pick a single social media tool to use in an online course, which would you select? And this is kind of interesting. Even if I wouldn't use this tweet in my blog post, I can see that maybe I should write about social media tools that are made for online courses, like creating online courses and then selling them to other people. And I can also see lists made by other people here. And the idea is that I don't have to go to duckduckgo.com, I don't have to go to google.com to do my research. I can really find out a lot about this new subject right here that I'm writing about directly from my WordPress. And this is the inspiration box. Of course, I can also see if Wikipedia has anything about social media tools. Apparently it doesn't have any. I can go and see if there are any news related to social media tools or blog posts. So while I didn't find news, like on CNN and other stuff that have been written recently, I find very recent blog posts. So this is actually a really cool title. It's like top 20 social media tools to add to your arsenal in 2016. Like, this is the kind of blog post that's really gonna generate a lot of traffic from social media and a lot of social media sharings. And of course, it's from entrepreneur.com and they have really good writers. Yeah, that's pretty nice. And you can really see that. Alright, so this is the inspiration box in case you really want to get inspired and you don't really know what to write about the subject that you're currently trying to write for. This can always help you find out the right inspiration. Alright, so let's say social media tools. Let's call this article 3 popular social media tools that will change the rest of 2016 for your organization. All right. And we have that. And then, this is the permalink. Oh boy. Yeah, so this is like a big problem. I need to set up my WordPress to have a better permalink structure. As I've said, I've just created this website on the multi-site platform before joining the webinar. But it's no problem because I can edit it and say stuff like 3 popular social media tools 2016. And you can see that instantly a green light went up, and I can also see the green light here in the Squirrely SEO Live Assistant, which helps me optimize my article. And the thing with the Social Media Live Assistant is that while you're typing your article, it instantly gives you details of what you need to do to make it SEO friendly and also human friendly. And it's basically like having someone sitting right next to you and advising you on how to make your articles better, which is super nice. And we have like 3 colors here. So we have green, which means that I've already done this. The title is Google friendly, and you can see what this means if you go to that I button right there. And basically, I have social media tools written in this title, so it's okay. The keyword is present in the URL because I've just edited and placed the keyword there. Also, the content is not Google friendly. As you see, this is with red, and this means that I have a problem because it's over optimized, and never over optimize articles, because those are the kinds of pages and blog posts that get penalized by the Google search engine. So never over optimize. And in order to start calculating general over optimization, not just for this one keyword here, social media tools, but for any keyword that you are abusing in the article, we have the over optimization check, and this starts calculating it after you write 80 words in your article. The human friendly one as well, so that's why they are with white, because you didn't take care of these at the moment. So green is good, red is bad, and this is something that you didn't take care of yet. Alright, so let's see, keywords are used in content. So we love social media tools because they provide such amazing guidance for all of our team members. Right, and you can see that I've used the keywords in the content, which is highlighted right here. Now, it says bold one of the keywords. Well, what keyword? Let's see, social media tools, and when I drag the mouse button over there, it starts highlighting it on the screen, and I know that it's about this one right there. So I go to social media tools, I select it, and then I click bold, and boom, it knows that I've optimized that as well. And then I can use images. Let's say that I want to get an image from, I don't know, let's try buffer.com and see a cool image from their blog, because they actually are a social media tools company. They build a lot of social media tools to help social media managers. And I have to get out of this account. Sign out. Alright, so let's see that I have something cool that I can take from this website. Where's their blog? Yeah, the social media blog. Right, so let's say that we like this image right here, and we also want to use it in our own post. We have the image in our post right now. The best thing about this, however, is the fact that if I would use this image from buffer.com server, I would cause a lot of problems for them, because all of the visitors coming to my website would ruin their bandwidth instead of ruining mine, so they would pay much higher hosting costs just because I've used their image, which is not a nice move to do to any blogger, especially bloggers who don't have a lot of money to pay for their hosting. And that's why we've made sure that this is 100% blogger friendly. And at the moment of publishing this, so when you are going to save this post right here as a draft, or you are going to publish this post, we will automatically add this image that you've copied to your media gallery, so that you will never cause problems to the other person. Also, if the guys from Buffer would, remove this image or replace it with another image, like an ugly looking visual or something that I wouldn't want on my site, well, I wouldn't be protected if I directly take the image from them. But at the moment it's reached my website, it's not there, it's not coming from their hosting site anymore, it's coming from ours, and we know that we have 100% control over our content. And we also do not do, bad stuff to them. Now it says, use keywords in the alternate text field of the image, and I go here to edit. Alternative text is going to be Social media tools. Of course, I know that this article right here that I'm writing doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm just showcasing how you can use the Squirrely SEO Live Assistant to actually get all this stuff green. All right, you also see that you have a small progress bar here. I don't know if you've realized that. Near the Squirrely SEO Live Assistant, you have a bar, and it goes from red, it will go to green. So when this bar here will be completed, it's 100% progress, it's 100% optimized article, and when you have all the elements turned green, all these lights are green, then you can definitely publish the post, and it will be 100% SEO friendly and human friendly as well. So I'm just gonna save this draft at the moment because I don't want to go much deeper into this. All right. One of the other things that I would like to show you is if you ever encounter any problems with Squirrely SEO, you can just click one of these buttons. So this one right here that has a notification sign says, "How was Squirrely today?" And I mean, if you were happy, you can click that you were happy. If you love it, you can click that you love it. Or maybe it made you angry because something didn't work. Well, please tell us why. And you can say, I don't know, loading time was slow or whatever. And you can send the feedback, and that goes directly to our Chief of Customer Service. And then one of us Squirrelians is going to help you solve that problem. Also, if you don't want to go and use this bar, you can click the support button and it will do the same thing. There's also this here that says go to the support page. If you click it, it will take you to the Google Plus community that we have. And this is a very special place. Of course, I've announced the webinar there. That was the last post that I did. But the thing is that we have a lot of people using Squirrely who have different questions, related to SEO, related to how to use Squirrely to get better WordPress SEO. And you will see a lot of people from the community joining in and saying what they think about the subject. And there are also other people like Colleen, who is our CTO. I answer a lot of stuff here. You can always see me in this community. You can always see somebody from our customer service, which is, who are using the Squirrely SEO Google Plus account. And we always reply to this. And, sometimes you can even get some pretty amazing ideas from members of this community because we have some really smart people here. So, just click go to support page and you can request to join the Squirrely Customer Service Google Plus community. It's invitation only, so you can request like an invite, and then we're going to accept you after we do a short review. This is just to keep like the quality of the group, because most Google Plus communities are super spammed by a lot of people, and you want to keep this conversation about SEO, latest SEO techniques, and also about using Squirrely, because this is actually a customer service group. All right. Yeah, so one other important thing to remember when creating your articles is that you can do a lot of staging with your articles as well. Wait, I have to do a few things. That's why, you see, right here is the perfect example of why you should use the settings assistant, because it walks you through everything that you need to do for your website. And I'm going back to the to my dashboard, and it says to go to SEO. You can see that I've become more of an SEO star. See, this just went up. My SEO star level went up. And now it says, let's check if there are settings and SEO issues in your site. This will also look for meta duplicate titles, meta duplicate descriptions. We're going to look for problems that you might have with duplicate Twitter tags or Open Graph tags. We see if you're gonna get any conflict if you turn on the SEO settings from Squirrely. As it comes out of the box, you do not have the settings activated because you may have settings from Yoast or all-in-one SEO, and we don't want to mess around with those. And when you're ready and you don't know if you should make the move or not, you can simply click this button and it will check for SEO issues in the website. Alright, and I can also switch on the SEO from Squirrely and start optimizing this blog. It says here in the note exactly what I've said, that it works with the other plugins. So yeah, let's switch it on because I don't have those plugins in this website. And it says complete the first page optimization. Well, it's what I've showed you with Live Assistant, but I don't want to do that right now. So I'm just going to skip it. And it says that make sure that your social shares will look professional. Check the social options. Oh, and this is very important because you can add stuff like open graph to your articles, and then you can also add Twitter cards so that when you share or where somebody from your audience shares your article on Facebook or Twitter, your posts will look amazing. And also the open graph works for LinkedIn and Google Plus as well. So if you perform these easy settings here, you just have to switch something on. You're gonna get much better looking blog posts when they are shared on social media. Here are some other settings for tracking tools like Google Analytics, Facebook Admin ID, for insights, and also if you want to do Pinterest, you're going to need to perform this small check here with Pinterest as well so that they verify that you're a valid website. Now, let's see. So we have like a bunch of other settings right here. But we're gonna come back to this section a little bit later, because what I want to show you is how to stage the post that we've just done for a better display on the Google search engine. Alright, so now that I've activated our settings, I have the Squirrely snippet function, and it's right here. So when I say that this is a way to stage your content for the Google search engine, I mean that actually, you know, when before actors go on stage, they prepare, they try to find out how the whole performance is going to be like, and they do a lot of stuff to realize if their lips are moving well, if they have the right body language and other stuff like that. It should not be any different for your content, because you're gonna hit that publish button and your content will be out there in the world. And if you have authority, or if people already come to your website and they see your blog, they see your posts, they see your pages, you're going to want to make sure that they look okay, right? Well, that's true, and that's why you hire a designer. But since this is search engine optimization, you want to make sure that if people see, if they see your pages ranking in the SERPs and in the Google search engine listings, you're going to want to make sure that this listing right here looks amazing, right? So this really has to look amazing, because what you see here, I know that there are some colors and stuff, but this section that I'm highlighting right now is cancel. This section is exactly how your page will be displayed on the Google search engine once it's indexed and people can find it in search engine listings. And that's why it's super important to take care of this one, because you are listed among many other pages on the front page of Google. Your posts should look so amazing. It should be the perfect ad that will get people to click on your post and come to your website. Because if your post would look something like okay, so let's say it has a random title, or it has no title at all, any of that would be horrible. So even though you've made it to the front page of Google, like if your listing has this title, nobody will ever click it. And even though you've been displayed on the front page of Google, nobody will actually enter your website. So all of your SEO efforts have been in vain, because people will not like seeing a title like this. Also, if this is your meta description, I've seen something similar, so this is not completely random. I've seen something similar to this done by the Huffington Post, and I was like, dude, take care of your websites. You're appearing in search results and you're appearing like this, and that is very bad. So most of the SEO plugins will show you this section, and they will say that this is what it will look like, when actually it's not. What Squirrely does through a very smart thing is that it shows you exactly the same thing that Google will display. Other plugins just take this information back from WordPress and what they think that is going to be displayed on Google, but sometimes what displayed on Google can be completely different from what you see in your WordPress site, because your WordPress site might have conflicts with other plugins. And that's why the Squirrely snippet shows you the true value and the true way that your listing is going to be shown on Google. So that's why you're going to need to go and customize the meta, place an amazing title. No, I'm serious right now. You actually have to do a really good title. So let's place the first title, because this is much better than just writing an amazing stuff. All right, so we have that. And in the description, we can write something. You will find out what the fuss is all about regarding social media tools in 2016. At least one of them will get you to use it. All right, save changes. And now this is a much better listing, because you're gonna see like if people gonna find this listed in the search engine results, it's gonna say 3 popular social media tools that will change the rest of 2016. That's interesting. And it says that I will find out what the fuss is all about regarding social media tools, which is why I've searched for social media tools in the first place. So this is definitely an article that I would click on and I would end up on your page. And this is very important for optimizing and for staging your content for Google search engines, for the Google search engine. One other thing that you can do here is that you can customize the meta and decide to upload an open graph image. Let's take one from my media library. I don't have files on this computer that I'm streaming from. We only use this for streaming. But, you know, let's click this image and say that this is what I want to use for the open graph, and save changes. Now, when this article will get shared on social media, it will automatically get shared with this exact image. So no matter if I have 20 images in my blog post, some of them might be good, some of them might not be good, it will always be displayed in the results that people see in their social media feeds with the image that I've placed right here in the Squirrely snippet. And this is super important for staging your content for social media. And then if you have, you know, like social media pages, after you publish this article, you can go and see if it will look good on that Facebook page. If you've published and it still doesn't look good, you can come back and do more settings, or pick a better image, an image that looks way cooler if it's around other images on that page, and other stuff like that that will optimize what you're doing. All right, so sorry, I just saw that I had some questions here, and it says Thomas said that the header line says that it's too long. Will that affect anything? This is a really great question. What it will affect? So your search engine ranking will not be affected by the fact that you don't have under 75 characters written here in the title. So this will not affect your chances of getting displayed on the front page of Google. However, what the problem really is this one, because you can see right here in the snippet that Google is going to display your page like 3 popular social media tools that will change the rest of 2016 for. So it's not for your organization, it's just for, and then it stops. And that doesn't look very well on Google, but this is the only thing that it affects. So that's why, you know, when we're writing content for our customers, we always make sure that the title length is all right. But when we write for ourselves, sometimes we write it with longer titles because we've A/B tested it on some websites, and there are people who prefer longer titles to shorter titles. So there are always people who prefer shorter titles, but in some industries, like in development industries, in game development industries, people actually prefer longer titles, and we've seen that by the traffic that they've received from social media, and we've seen that in Google Analytics. So we know for sure that they like longer titles. That's why for those kinds of websites, you will never get this right. Unless you do something a little bit different, which is like just choosing a shorter title here in the meta. Which is like, let's say, 3 social media tools instead of popular social media tools. That will change the rest of 2016 for you. And now I have the right length, so it's just 62 characters. And this is how it's going to be displayed on the search engine. So it's pretty nice because I don't have anything interrupted, and it makes sense for search engine results. And at the same time, so this is what's going to be displayed in the search engine listings. And at the same time, my title for social media, and when people see this on social media feeds, it's going to be the longer title that I've actually wanted initially. So this is how you can go by, this check here with the title. And once you've changed it only in the snippet and not in the actual article, Squirrely will show you this, because you see here it starts saying snippet, snippet, and snippet, which means that yes, it is optimized, and it's optimized in the snippet, which is the thing to use for the Google search engine. So it's okay, you can do it like this. Sure, no problem. That was a really great question. I'm happy that you've asked it. Actually, I think that if we're going to do more webinars, I'm actually going to mention this from the start, because I think that this is super important for everybody to know. All right, and now that we've done all of this, and I managed to show you the things with staging, with titles, with optimizing, we can go back to SEO and see what more we can do. So let's check for errors. We have no conflicts because I don't have any other plugins in this one, in this website, and it says activate the sitemap from Squirrely, and this is a really good sitemap. I'm going to activate it, and you have a bunch of settings here. So the thing is that you can choose yes. It's already chosen here, but you can choose yes to ping your sitemap to Google and Bing when a new post is published. This is a very good way to tell these search engines that, hey, I've posted something new and I have fresh content. You know, it's kind of like a request. Hey, can you please send some crawlers so that your search engine will know about my new post? But it's a really good thing to have in your WordPress site. So this will help you get your articles indexed much faster. And and you can also choose to build your sitemaps for Google News. This is going to create a special format that's going to be useful for Google News. You can choose to have the sitemap built just for posts in your website, because you will not want your pages, your categories, your tags, or your archives to be displayed in the sitemap. So you can have a sitemap that's built strictly for blog posts. And then you can also include images in the sitemap, and you can also include videos in the sitemap. Now, there are some people who still use the sitemaps, and they also use RSS feeds and stuff like that, and this will definitely help their user experience. And here you can say how often you update the website. The best thing to do here is to be truthful about it. So don't say every day if you don't actually update the website every day, because Google will take the information that you're gonna do something every day with the website, and then if it sees that you're not doing that, it's going to consider that you're just trying to force their algorithm, and that's not a good thing. So if you think that you're gonna post once or thrice per year, just choose that. If you think you're gonna post every day, choose that. And here you save the SEO settings. And now it says that I should also activate a fave icon from Squirrely. And this is very important because what you see here in the browser, so I have this tab here with why is Squirrely SEO better. I have our icon from Squirrely. And this is displayed right there. Buffer has their own logo displayed right there in that box. And the idea is that once you start using our fave icon, we are going to make sure that when somebody from an Apple device bookmarks your page on their device, they're gonna have a really great looking icon. So you know the icons from your apps on your phone, it's gonna be exactly like that. So if you have a really cool image that you choose here, it's gonna be displayed really nice when somebody saves pages from your website on their tablets, on their mobile phones. Of course, if they are using the iOS. All right, so that's something that I will not do right now. Then you can activate this JSON LD. I think you've already seen a lesson about this. It's a thing that's useful to give Google more information about your organization. Then you can add Google Analytics tracking. And we don't have any more tasks here. You can see that I'm on my way to becoming an SEO superstar, and this is just charging. And then I can also go to settings. And in settings, you can see more details and stuff that you can play around with. Now, I should go and see if I can find an SEO audit, because that's one of the most important features that you're gonna get from Squirrely. So until now, I have shown you levels 0 with the WordPress site structure that we've just played with right now in the settings. I've showed you how to research the best SEO keywords and social media keywords. I've showed you how to scale your content and stage your content. And now I'm going to try and see how we can make sure that the content tree grows well. And in order to showcase this, I need to find an example of an audit, because this is a new website, and every time you create a new Squirrely account, the audit comes in about 3 days, because it takes us a lot of time to crawl all the website and get details from a lot of providers. All right, so this is the article with 7 surprising numbers that will empower your WordPress SEO. Yeah, I know that it's written by me, but it's actually really good because it explains a lot of stuff that I'm going to show you in the SEO audit. And here is the example. So this is an SEO audit that has been created for one of our test websites. We have a lot of test websites because we always need to make sure that we can play around with scores and with actual stuff that other people will see. And this is one of the websites that we're using to showcase how bad it actually is, because the Squirrely score for the audit is 38. And usually what we've seen is that most websites that actually perform and are found very easily on search engines, and they also are doing great on social media, so their whole content marketing strategy works well, they get to a score of 80. So that's why when we say that you need to make sure that the content tree grows well, we also mean that you must make sure that this score is going to keep on improving. All right, so this score right here is about traffic. I know that it sounds silly because I said that this is a dummy site, but we're actually playing with a lot of tools that show that this site would have traffic. As I said, we're staging a lot of stuff on this website. So it shows you the main areas that need your attentions, like blogging, traffic, SEO, social media, links, and authority. And you can see the traffic is doing great. So if you have something with green, you don't even have to look at it. It says that the blogging can be improved, the SEO can be improved, but it warns me that the links and the authority of this website actually need a lot of attention. I also have some to-dos here in the sticky notes. And for blogging, I need to see, yeah, well, on this test website, we're almost never publishing anything. So the posting frequency is way off. If you get anything here that's over 100, it's not good, because the Google search engine now looks at websites that actually have a lot of fresh content. And I've written about this in the article with 7 surprising numbers, and I discuss it in length. I also agree that if you post a lot of long form content, you don't need to post as often as people who post 500 words articles. But still, posting frequently helps with human optimization, because on social media, and if you have a lot of fans for your blog, they are going to want to see more and more posts from you, not less and less. So the posting frequency is important for both SEO, social media, and human-friendly optimization. Does your site have a feed or a sitemap? Yes, it does. You can see that some of the articles are indeed optimized for search, but just some of them, because your average content optimization is way below what it should be. So it's just 38% optimization. You should get at least 50% optimization, and of course the absolute best is 100%. If you're in doubt about what you can do for any of this and you have a larger team, you can also decide to download this audit as a PDF or send it by email to your teammates. Alright, so this is the traffic section. Then we have a few things here in the SEO section. So we have keywords. We use long tail keywords, and this is long tail keywords not in the meta keyword field, but this is long tail keywords that we use when we optimize our articles. And our keywords are Steam games, best games on Steam, and best Steam games. This is a platform for video games, and they are long tail, so they are okay. Of course, because this website is not visible for search engines, we've turned it off. But now, if we would really want to start using this website, this is very important to know, because if our site is not visible for search engines, it will never be crawled. And sorry, if you have a website that you're currently creating and you want to make sure that nobody sees what you're posting, turn off the visibility. But once you launch it, make sure that you're gonna make it visible for search engine scan. If you don't worry about it. The SEO audit will tell you what to do. This website doesn't have meta duplicates, it doesn't have duplicate titles, and this is all perfect. I seem to have a lot of pages with empty description fields, so they have no description, and that is very bad, because as I've shown you, your Google search listing will suffer if you don't have anything there, because nobody will click on your listing. Alright, so do you have a title tag, a meta description, canonical links, site icons, and other stuff that's 100% SEO. And then we go to social, and we have a lot of stuff here that tells you that it's super important to share your latest blog posts. It also shows you how well you're doing on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. We also have Reddit and Open Graph Protocol, Twitter cards. Right, but here it gets really interesting, because we get a lot of data from a lot of sources in the links and the authority sections. And these are actually very important for the overall score of your website, because unless you have quality backlinks, like links from actual websites in your own field and that have quite the authority, it will be hard for you to get search engine optimization fame. Like, there are a few things that you can do, like optimize everything 100%. Your WordPress site structure is absolutely perfect, but you still need links. And that is the one area that Squirrely SEO doesn't help you with, because getting links is these days a job for, in my opinion, PR persons, because you need to reach out to bloggers, to other people, and see if they would like to link to your posts where you present lists and resources for their own audience. And that's how you get links. But getting links is still important. Or if you have a very popular product or a service or a company, people are just going to link to you, and that's going to tell Google that, hey, this website has a lot of authority. So we look at stuff like backlinks for the latest posts, Alexa backlinks, SEO Moz backlinks, if you have any no-follow links, if you have too many outgoing links, in this case it's okay, but too many outgoing links is bad for your SEO. And of course, I could start explaining every detail, but seriously, we have a lot of information here, and we also link to a couple of articles. And the thing is that it would take a lot of time to explain everything, and the most important ones I've already explained in my article with 7 surprising numbers. Alright, so this is like the authority, and we get a lot of information from Moz, which actually costs us a lot of money, because they have an API, but we still need to keep this in the software, because it's super important for you to know the Moz rank and the Moz page authority for your website. And yes, this is the SEO audit, and while you're going to fix like the posting frequency, if you're starting to post like the average content optimization number, if you're going to make it visible for search engines, you will see that this main score right here, this 38, will start getting better and better, and hopefully you will reach a score of 80 or over 80. Alright, so this is like the part where we take care of the content tree and we make sure that it grows well, so that your whole content marketing strategy starts making more sense and you get to fix all of the problems that you currently have. And then when everything is done, like you have a great site structure, you've researched keywords, you've scaled your content, you've made sure that you're starting to grow your content tree right, and you have social media, you have links, you have really good content optimization, then you can start grabbing the rewards. And to do that, you're going to use features like the Google rank and the SEO stats, which are going to show you if you can actually grab any rewards or not. And to showcase that, I'm using actually one of my own websites, because I've been super obsessed with the fact that nobody could find my page. And I've had even customers from Squirrely saying like, okay, so who is this Florin guy? Because, you know, I saw him on the Squirrely website and I know nothing about him. And I said, okay, let's do some personal branding. And SEO for personal branding requires that you have a page in your website called your name and bio. So that's why I have like Florin Mureșan bio right here, because this is a very important keyword that I need to have. And I've optimized my page, you can see it here. And then I've launched this article. And since launching it, of course, you can see here, if you go to see your rank on Google, this is the button that brought me here, you will see a leaderboard. So this is like the first, the best article that I have on this website. It has the keyword Florin Mureșan bio, and it's ranked number 1 on Google. And you can see that I don't have a lot of articles. This is not a very important website for me. I'm not really using it that much. I'm just using it for some people who want to get in touch and invite me to events or stuff like that. But the idea is that I have this thing here where I am the first on Google for Florin Mureșan bio, and since doing this and becoming the first for this keyword, this website has become much more powerful in terms of SEO for the keyword just Florin Mureșan. So no bio, just Florin Mureșan, and it's become a lot better for my personal branding, and this is super important to know. Alright, so I can also look at one of my other articles, and apparently for blog marketing, for blog marketing secret, it actually ranks 37, which is super good considering that this website has no authority. I do not have any backlinks to it and stuff like that. So how the blog marketing secret of $1 billion startup can influence your next move. Oh yeah, this was a popular article, and I think that's why it's ranked that high, because I've sent it to one of our email lists, and it was super popular in Google Analytics. It got a lot of traffic and a lot of engagement, so maybe that also helped with the scoring. And also from time to time, I'm going to use this website to showcase some of the interviews that people have done with me. So you can see here I have an interview that was made by the really great people from dealfuel.com, and I have their interview on my page, and I link back to them and stuff like that. And now you would normally ask, wait, isn't this like duplicate content and stuff? Actually, it's not, because in Squirrely 2016, when you go to the edit post section, you can mention what's the canonical link, and the canonical link is actually dealfuel.com/whatever/SEO interview/my name. And the thing is, by placing this here, I'm telling Google, hey, they are the original guys, do not try to rank this page, because I'm just placing it on my website so that people know about my interview, but this is not the original page, so all of the juice and all of the SEO stuff should go to dealfuel.com. And if you do that, you will not be penalized. And this is super if you have like an e-commerce store, because most e-commerce owners have products and their descriptions are simply copy and pasted from other websites. Because, you know, if you have an online shop that has about 1,000 products, it's going to be really hard to create 1,000 product copies that are 100% original. So if that's the case, you can make sure that you're not penalized by Google for having that information on your website. You can just use this canonical link and link to the source of the text, so that you will not have duplicate content, you will not be penalized, and at the same time nothing bad will happen to your website. And it's super easy to do, just canonical link and then you save your post. All right, so this was the SEO content tree, and then we also have like the Squirrely Education Cloud. And the Squirrely Education Cloud is also something that we've started working on. I mean, we do have a lot of courses. We've written a lot about social media, about SEO. We've written about optimizing your content for human beings. I've shown you the, so I've shown the Google Plus community. For the Education Cloud, we are going to start having new lessons very soon. Until then, if you want to learn more about Squirrely SEO, you can always go to howto.squirrely.co. Sure, Scott. Thanks. I'm really happy that you've joined us today. Goodbye. Right, so I've seen that we just had a comment. Right, so we have like a set of features here. So this is howto.squirrely.co, where you can see most of our features, most of the stuff that we've already documented. And if you'd go, for example, to keyword research, you would see that there's a video of how to use it. The Squirrely keyword research. Yeah, so that's it. But we also have stuff that's not based on videos. Oh yeah, I went to the video section, of course. That's why it happened like that. Because this is what I was looking for. It's made with SlideShare, and it's super easy for you because you can just decide at your own pace when you want to click to the next slide and go through all of it. And there are very detailed explanations of everything. And, you know, whenever you're in doubt, you can always use howto.squirrely.co. If you do not want to contact customer service, we do not have any problem with that. Actually, I think that one of the reasons that we've managed to actually build an SEO powerhouse is the fact that many people have written to us since we've launched in 2013. And that's why Squirrely 2016 is so powerful, because people like you always tell us, hey, that doesn't work, I'd like to see this, and then we take everything into consideration and we launch stuff that's absolutely perfect for SEO for WordPress. So we didn't build this to have you guys not contact us. Please do contact us. The only thing is that when you're doing a very quick job and you don't have time to talk to other people, you can just find all of your information here, and this is perfect. All right, and now going on to the Education Cloud. So this is going to be linked on squirrely.co. We are going to change the homepage very soon. Right now it's something like this. Yes, so we have the Squirrely Education Cloud is right here, and you can already start signing up. And once we get the new lessons ready, you are going to see them. We are going to make a couple of videos, a couple of blog post based lessons like you have in the coaching session from Squirrely, and they're going to be super hands-on. And you can get your free invite. This is why you should join the Education Cloud. On your way to becoming an SEO superstar. Yeah, this is a part of the process where we need to verify your account. We're going to do a little bit of validation, and then you're going to get free access to our membership site for WordPress, where you can see the lessons. So people are searching for companies in your space. Be the one who shows up in search. I hope that you've liked the webinar. If you have a couple more questions and stuff like that, please always contact me, Florian@squirrely.co, support@squirrely.co, or just use the buttons from the interface as I've shown you today, because that's much easier for you, and that's why we've built them. So thank you again. Thank you very much for joining the webinar. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I hope that I've actually managed to teach you some valuable stuff about Squirrely SEO, how it works, and also hopefully about WordPress search engine optimization. Yeah, I've just seen the. Sure, Alexander. I'm really happy that you've enjoyed the webinar. Thank you, Anthony, as well. Actually, I will have to contact you about that because we've just released some features that will keep the settings that you've done in all-in-one SEO and Yoast, but I have to double check that because otherwise you would just have to switch on to the Squirrely SEO settings and then build them with the settings assistant that I've just shown in the webinar. But we're gonna work on something that actually manages to keep the settings that the other plugins do, but it's in the works, and I have to make sure it's ready. Sure, Mark. Yeah, I'm really happy you joined. All right. Well, thank you very much for being here with us today. Again, I hope that you loved the webinar, and I'll see you, and hopefully you will contact us and let us know what you think. All right. Have a great one.